With me right now is Matt Vickers, MP, is Conservative Shadow Policing Minister. Matt, welcome. How are you?
All good, all good. They're putting on a hell of a show today.
Hell of a show.
Hundreds of
hell of a
apps, lots
show.
of noise, driving that message home.
It is. Now, the thing is, we were saying earlier on that in 2023, £98 million worth of tools are stolen. There's a van broken into every 12 minutes, which is shocking. With my show lasts for 3 hours, so what we're looking, 12 vans are broken into in that short space of time. Unbelievable. What do you think can be done without us having to cause the chaos that we're having to cause today? Do you think it's down to the right sentencing? We haven't got enough spaces, prison spaces, so how can we do that? What do you think the answers are going to be?
So I think part of the problem is people don't understand the consequences. They think somebody's got a tool stolen. Actually, my dad's a builder, my brother's a builder. I know what it means when he got up at daft o'clock to go out to his van to go to work. He didn't just lose tools, the van was damaged, the kit was gone, he couldn't go to work, he couldn't earn the money that he was meant to earn, and he had a very disappointed customer. Huge consequences for families across the country. And the people, these tradespeople, the people who this economy is built on, these small businesses that actually pump everything into the economy, that fund the services, everything about it. They're a huge part of the community. I think people don't quite understand the consequence, but I think the solution, there's several bits to it. I think part of it is there's a bill sat in there that was going to toughen up the people who sell this kit would have had to put identification on it. There'd be immobilisers on bits of kit that would have prevented getting nicked. It's sat on a desk in there. It's been sat in there 6 months since the government took over. They've got to get that sorted. They've got to get it sorted. They should do it today, actually. Keir Starmer should sign it today, number 10. Then we've got to look at what the sentencing is. There's a private member's bill coming forward, because the value of this isn't the value of the kit that got stolen. It's the value of the work that's lost. It's the value of the van that got damaged. And people need to understand that. And then thirdly, it's about using what we've got. The police need to see it as a priority. Trading standards need to get around them car boot sales and ask those guys who've turned up in broad daylight to sell stuff they've nicked from somebody, ask them where they got it from and have some consequences for it.
I think the important thing as well is we're talking today clearly about the tool theft and people having their tools stolen, but it's what it does to the people themselves, to the tradespeople. Look around us today. That building just over there is now full of tradespeople that are actually refurbing that area. Where we stand, the buildings that we see, when you go home tonight, the door you open has been created by a craftsman. When you switch your light on, electrician, we're all touched by tradespeople. Yeah. And yet, we've got tradespeople who are actually quitting our industry simply because they've had their tools stolen. They just think to themselves, it's just not worth it.
Well, it's coming down night after night, wondering whether it's going to be there. I remember my dad, he's got a yard now. He didn't have a yard, he's got a yard now. And the place is like Fort Knox. I said, what have you got in there? Gold. He said, it's bigger than gold. It's the stuff that's put the clothes on your back and fed you for all the time you've been on the planet. Yeah, it's a huge impact on their lives. It's a huge impact on their motivation to get up and go to work every morning. They're usually the people who are up at crack of dawn, but more than their impact, it's the impact on the economy. If those guys aren't going to work, they aren't paying the taxes, it isn't going into all the services that we need to make the country function.
Do you think this is the second time we've done this? Do you think this is going to have some impact? Do you think people will stand up and go, do you know what, now is the time to do something about it and to stop people selling these? The thing is, we've got to cut the head off the snake, as you say, is by the second-hand community that are buying these from car boot sales, buying them from online auctions. This has to stop. I also think that the van manufacturers and the tool manufacturers are not doing enough to prevent this from happening.
Yeah. Well, there is a bill sat there that will sort the second bit of that out. It'll make the manufacturers look at what identifications on this kit, it'll make them look at immobilisers, make them look at that. It's sat in there and Keir Starmer needs to sign it off today. But aside from that, I think you're right. If people know that when they turn up at a car boot sale to flog this stuff, they're going to get caught and there's going to be consequences, they may well not do it. They're only doing it because they think they can make a quick buck. These absolute scumbags who go out there and steal this kit need to feel the consequences and need to feel it's not worth their while trying. They don't need to know that there's a risk they're going to get caught. At the moment, they don't feel like that. We need to make sure that's happening.
What do you think I think the chances of Keir Starmer signing this off are a lot slimmer than me, right? I really do. I'd love to think that he will do it, but do you in your heart of hearts think he will? Do you think this will actually make a difference?
Today, you've put the issue on the map. There's MPs in there whose dads aren't builders, who know nothing about it, who've heard it today, who've seen it. They've gone away, heard the message. They're going to speak to other guys, and hopefully we can make this happen. It's long overdue, and we need to do it because the impact, as you said, the impact on tradesmen the grafters who keep this country going, the impact is unreal.
It is. You know, we're saying that finally, when your party came to power in 2010, the issue of tool theft affected far fewer people. But by the time you left power, a van was being, as I say, broken into every 12 minutes. How did it all go so wrong? Why did we not take notice?
You're right. It's gone on and it's getting bigger and bigger, but actually it's regionalised. So in London, in the last 3 years, under Sadiq Kahn, it's gone up 60% more vans getting broken into. That's off the charts. It can't go on. The police need to see it as a priority. And the sentencing needs to reflect the fact that this isn't just a piece of kit that is worth X amount. It's someone's livelihood. It's someone's ability to go to work. It's the cost of the van as well as that got broken into, as well as the equipment that went.
Look, I hope it makes a difference, because I interview a lot of people who've had their tools stolen over the years, and I know the impact it has on them. I've had my own van broken into 3 times, so I know what it's like as well. So I'm hoping today that, fingers crossed, that the Prime Minister will have a look at the paperwork and will sign it off, so we can get things moving and we don't have to do this sort of thing again.
Tell you what, I'm going to take a pen in there. I'm going to hand him a pen when I find him.
Yeah.
If I can't get at him in the next 24 hours, I'm going to send him it.
Yeah.
The internal mail and tell him to get on with the bloody job. I'll tell him you told him.
Yeah.
He's got to get up with it. Get it
I wish I could tell him. I wish I could walk in and tell him face to face.
He's heard you. He's definitely heard you today.
Well, I hope so. Matt Vickers MP for the Conservative MP and Shadow Policing Minister, thank you very much. And let's hope that when you're back in power, you'll actually do something about it this time.
We will do.